Hey guys, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. One thing I loved doing with you last year was cooking and talking about books at the same time. And this year I have really been focused on my health. I was extremely unhealthy last year, just came home, sat on the sofa, watched Netflix, drank wine, ate salt and vinegar crisps. So your girl's got some kgs to lose. So I have been running every day, I've been going to the gym every day, doing 7-minute workouts a couple a day, and it's been great. But I've also been eating a lot healthier, drinking less when possible, not this week unfortunately, but today I am going to be showing you a really nice smoothie, a protein shake as you could call it. It's a plant-based protein powder, vegan friendly, and it tastes like caramelized popcorn. I mean, it's amazing. To match this video, what I've decided to do is talk about self-help books, because if you didn't know this, I adore self-help books. I always have. Two of my favorites are The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Peck and The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I don't think I've ever read another self-help book that has quite stuck with me the way that those two have. I read them both years and years ago, and I just can never get enough of them. I love them so much, and I would actually reread them again this year if I've got some time. But I just finished Calm the Fuck Down by Sarah Knight. This is how to control what you can and accept what you can't so you can stop freaking out and get on with your life. I was really excited to get this from Hatchet Australia because, my God, guys, my anxiety has been out of control. I went off of Lexapro, my anti-anxiety medication, because I decided to go into 2019 cold turkey, no more. I want to fight it by myself and just get used to dealing with my anxiety by myself. There's nothing wrong with taking medication, but I really wanted to get off it and work on myself, and that's all coming into play with the exercise and the health and the fitness and eating healthy and just reading some inspirational books. So I finished this one yesterday in one sitting, and I do think it was insightful all the way through, and it wasn't quite as arrogant and pretentious as some of the self-help books that I've been reading lately. It definitely had, like, it was a bit more funny, and you know, she obviously loves swearing and shit, so kind of connected with her straight away. The other book I read recently was Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis, and it wasn't for me. I've got nothing against religion and stuff, but I had no idea that it was going to be so Christian based, and there should be a warning on that book for it. I guess I didn't really know Rachel Hollis before. She probably is very spiritual and Christian and whatever, and I just don't like it being shoved down my throat. So Calm the Fuck Down was a lot better, but I have to say it didn't quite meet up to my two favorite self-help books that I just mentioned, so I gave it a 3-star review. It's hard to give it a review without implementing what she said into my life for a while. So you never know, once I've implemented it all into my life, I might be able to up my rating or even give it a lower one. But for what it's worth, I thought it was pretty good. Alright, just went to go turn off my washing machine because it was spinning and growling at me. So for this NutriBullet smoothie, you're going to need a little NutriBullet container, and these are some of the ingredients you're going to need. I love spinach, so we're going to use some spinach. We are going to have a little bit of an avocado, not the full thing, although it is getting a bit old now. I had some in a salad last night. I tried to like squirt some lemon juice over it so that it stayed a bit fresher, but needs eating, I'm afraid. Some cucumber. And then I really like garlic. Garlic's got a lot of health benefits. A lot of people might think it's kind of weird to put garlic in your smoothies, but it's really good for you and I like it, so it adds like a yummy flavor. Cinnamon, I add in a couple of sprinkles because it is so good to, like, if you suffer from like bloating of your tummy like I do, cinnamon really helps with that. I also love turmeric. This is the organic one, which is the best one because it doesn't have all that added crap in it, and I really enjoy turmeric for so many reasons. Turmeric's got this component in it called curcumin, which is huge on anti-inflammatory, and there's so many health benefits. I try and do so much with turmeric. I coat my chicken in it, I put it in my smoothies, I do face masks with it. Like, I'll do anything. Turmeric is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I also put in some chia seeds because chia seeds are amazing, guys. I mean, they are full of antioxidants, they help you lose weight, they're full of like omega fatty acids, and they're a great source of high quality protein. And just for that extra protein kick, I like to put in my plant-based protein powder because it really helps after you've had a workout. So I've also decided, normally I put like a bit of lemon juice in it as well, but I had a whole big cup of water this morning with one whole lemon in it. So I've decided not to have the lemon, and I'm going to just put in these last little strawberries I've got because otherwise they're going to go naff and I need to use them. So while I put this all in my little smoothie, I'll continue talking to you about some self-help books because it's Friday and I'm actually just about to go camping for 3 days. I'm so excited. I am unemployed as of yesterday, so I just want to go away, kind of recuperate, recharge, be away from my phone a lot. I've got an interview tomorrow which is going to be really exciting for my book podcast, so I've got to be around Skype for a little bit, but it's all going to be very exciting. I'm going to go away somewhere, I don't know yet where yet, but like to the beach somewhere. So I'm going to start reading Tiny Beautiful Things by Cheryl Strayed. I am really excited about this book, guys. Wild by Cheryl Strayed is one of my favorite books that I read a couple of years ago, and I just find Cheryl Strayed so inspirational, so I'm really looking forward to diving into this next book of hers, which is a self-help book. So I think that Tiny Beautiful Things is going to be really ballsy and interesting for a self-help book because it's Cheryl Strayed. Come on, she's wacky. I love her. I think this book is all going to be just advice on life and love, you know, whether your partner cheats on you or you lose your job or a family member dies. But then there's also great times where you could have had like the hottest sex of your life, awesome, or you got the job of your dreams, something amazing happened to you. So once upon a time, Cheryl Strayed was this anonymous columnist writer called Sugar, and people used to write into her, and I believe that Tiny Beautiful Things is kind of a collection of her columns and the things she used to write about and help people with back in the day before she became Cheryl Strayed. And it's also got, if you've been following her for a while, which, you know, I only started reading her after Wild by Cheryl Strayed, so I never looked at her column before, but I believe that there's going to be, if you did follow it, like never released questions and writings before, so that's going to be really interesting too. From what I've heard, this book is full of compassion, but also really humorous, funny, insightful, and she just offers great advice. Cheryl Strayed is such an inspirational woman. If you haven't read Wild, I highly recommend that because it's just that book and the movie with Reese Witherspoon. God, I love Reese Witherspoon. And did you know Reese Witherspoon on Instagram, for those that don't know, she has her own online book club called Reese Witherspoon Hello Sunshine, or Reese Witherspoon Book Pick of the Month, or whatever, and she picks a lot of really cool thrillers, which I really enjoy. She does do the occasional the shit, which, you know, I'm not the biggest contemporary fan, I just can't stomach them, but when Reese Witherspoon talks about these thriller books, I'm just all ears, and I love being involved. I think the most recent Reese Witherspoon pick is called The Library Book. I believe that this book is written by Susan Orlean, and it is set in April 1986, I think, and this fire alarm goes off in the Los Angeles Public Library. This is a true story, non-fiction history book, so very different. I think it's also quite a different book for her to pick as well, but mine's on order at the moment. I'm really looking forward to diving into it though. I think it's about how so many books got destroyed in this fire so many years ago, and I mean, how devastating must that be for all of us book lovers. By the time this fire was extinguished, apparently over something like 400,000 books had been destroyed. I mean, that is just gut-wrenching. That is a horror book, in my opinion. But anyway, so that's what I'll be reading this weekend. I'm going to be going through Cheryl Strayed's book. I think I've got it on audio, and I think it's going to be about, I'd say, it's a 9-hour book, but I listen on triple time, so I'll probably get through it in about 4 hours or less. So probably when I'm on one of my runs or something. Like yesterday I listened to this book while I was on a walk into the city, which took an hour, and this book was only about a 4-hour audio book, so they're really quick to get through, guys. Avocado time. Oh, I love avo. Oh, and then with the garlic cloves, you can literally just leave it whole if you've got a whole garlic clove, because the NutriBullet will crunch it all up for you anyway. So by the end of it, it's going to look something like this. And now you're just going to pop a little bit of water in it. I'd say that's the max volume, so I'd say only about that much water to begin with. And you just see how you're going, how liquidy it is. Because of the avocado, mine might be a little bit thicker, so I'll just have to monitor it and see how I go. I'll let you know what it looks like. Alright, so you can see I've got my water in there. Now let's head on over to the NutriBullet and blend this shit up. Be very careful and make sure that everything's on properly, because sometimes it can go Alright guys, the moment of truth. Let's see how I did. Oh yeah. Now guys, that looks bloody delicious. You can add like ice and stuff just to make it a bit cooler, or put it in the fridge for a while, or sometimes like what I like to do is put frozen berries, frozen banana and frozen zucchini in it, and then it just makes it yummy and cold. But I might just chill this for a little bit in the fridge and then go and enjoy it in front of a book. That's a good idea. I was gonna say The Bachelor. No Jade, no more Bachelor, no more TV, time to read.